traveling, and I'm on a long trip to go home. I just went and saw my family. And I just passed a sign that says I'm 111 miles from Charlotte, North Carolina. Which, anyone who knows me, I'm Teddy. 111 or 111 is my number. It's like a God wink, or like a universe, tap, or I don't know, some sort of sequence that shares with me a little indication that I'm on the right path. It's like my validation marker. Alright. So therefore, I may name this video Charlotte's Web, because as a kid, that was one of my favorite movies. I had a few of them, but that was one of them. I don't know. I don't even know why. I just liked it. And I don't even like spiders. I'm scared to death of them. But I like that movie. Maybe that's why, because it helped me not be so afraid of spiders. So, my trip home to visit my family made me realize some very important things, very essential things, some things that I have been struggling with, or I don't know, some things that my family's fantastic, and I never knew it. I never knew it as a kid because I was chasing, trying to find something special. I never thought that it was right there all along, not only with them, but within me. And that's all they ever tried to show me. But I ran and I ran and I ran because I had to find out what was out in the world. And it's actually led me right back to where I started. My family's fun, they're light, they're joyful, they're funny, and they are authentic. Unapologetically authentic. I am grateful because that is one of the greatest gifts that they've given me, is the confidence in being unapologetically authentic in the world. Maybe not to myself yet, but I'm getting there too. Anyhow, I've made a decision. I'm going to start a dialogue between myself and my inner child, because I think my inner child might have some gold nuggets for me, some gold nuggets that I might have overlooked, some things that I need to go back and look at, to pay better attention to bring me closer to my own heart. The pandemic, I'm sure for a lot of people, has brought up a lot of things. For me specifically, it brought up a lot of loneliness. And I don't think I've ever acknowledged the feeling of loneliness inside of me, like, ever. Maybe a couple times, but I'm really good at distracting myself. But the pandemic indicated to me that I was a bit lonely. And then my dog Bella died and brought it square to the forefront. She was a sassy little dog that was also unapologetically authentic. A little brat. And I realized that when it was her time to go, it was because she could see that I was ready to acknowledge the part of myself that was very similar to her, my little brat. So, I say that lovingly. I've also decided to name my inner child. For the longest time, I've been calling my inner child Little Teddy. But I don't think that sets her apart enough. I don't think that gives her the value and worth that she deserves, because she's special and beautiful and perfect just the way that she is. So I've decided to name her Majik, because she loves unicorns and pixies and everything magical. And when she's feeling sassy, I'm going to call her Majik. So she knows that I can see her unique quality of beauty. I'm going to start writing letters to my inner child. And I think I'm going to compile them into a book. I'm also going to write letters back from my inner child to myself to start building a relationship with a part of myself that I ran from. I never really understood what the expression "throw the baby out with the bathwater" meant, but it makes sense to me now. When I ran from my family, there was a giant part of myself that I associated with them, and I cut myself off from that part of myself because it wasn't proper or appropriate. That's what I used to believe. And so therefore I'm going to develop a relationship with that inner self, that inner Majik, and start having a dialogue with her. It will be magical. I even started to write a song during the pandemic. The song was about starting to recognize a relationship with my inner child, because there was nobody else to give my attention to. I realized when I was writing that song, when I started bawling my eyes out about going back out into the world and having relationships with people again, it she was afraid that I wasn't going to take her with me. And I cried and cried and cried. So my loneliness is probably coming from being cut off from her and not cut off from you or someone else in the world somewhere out there. But I don't know how to repair that relationship other than to start a dialogue, so that's what I'm gonna do. I love you, Majik. Let's be magical.